How you doing, people? Robert here, aka Robess, Anti-Corruption Scotland. Some information has came to my attention and now I want to bring it to the people attention. Right, it's very important. There's 5 points here, very important points that people have to pay attention. I'm keeping it short and sweet and direct, so there's no big long rant. Alright, people? People all over the entity known as United Kingdom Corporation think that they owe a national debt. And they've been indoctrinated to believe this, right? With the entity known as government. We the people owe no debt, people. It's due. A national debt is for the corporations. And I'll prove the point in a minute. Corporations working with corporations to screw the people and give nothing in return, apart from keep stealing after me, unlawful taxes and all the rest of it, right? Now, point 1. The UK general government gross debt was 2.537 billion at the end of quarter 1, January to March 2023, equivalent to 100.5% of gross domestic product, GDP. UK general government deficit or net borrowing was 24.4 billion in quarter 1 2023, equivalent to 3.8% of GDP. Now, people, the national debt will never be cleared, right, as you'll find out when I get down these points. And the reason being is every month the entity known as government borrows every month. It's in debt continuously and it's happy to be there because the people are indoctrinated to think that they owe money when they don't actually owe the money, right? Now, point 2, who owns most of Britain's debt? The entity, right, the British government's debt is owed by a variety of investors, mostly notably pension funds. These funds are on deposit, mainly in the form of a treasury bonds, right, at the Bank of England. The pension funds therefore have an asset which has to be offset by a liability or a debt of the government. Now, people are paying into pension funds, right, people? This is a point here that's very important. And the government's using this to create their own debt and pay for their own debt and use that as surety and liability. And the people are getting screwed, point blank, right? Look how many companies in the past, pension fund companies, have went bankrupt and everybody's lost everything, all their funds. And this is why, because it's all a big scam, a con against the sovereign people of the lands of England, lands of Ireland, Wales and Scotland, right? This is another question, people. Why does the UK owe so much money? The public debt increases or decreases as a result of the annual budget deficit or surplus. The British government, the entity, budget deficit or surplus is the cash difference between government receipts and spending. The British government, the entity, debt is rising due to the gap between revenue and expenditure. This is mismanagement, people. This is why the people have got nothing. This is why the people are struggling to feed their families. This is why we have homelessness, food banks, deprivation and poverty, because these scumbags cause it, right? Now, this is an interesting point, people. The question is going to be asked and answered. Which countries owe the UK money? The corporation, the United Kingdom, people, remembers a corporation that is not a sovereign country, right? Or a sovereign state. Around 2.3 billion is owed to the UK by 24 nations, including Sudan, Somalia and Zimbabwe, 825 million of which is interest, right? That's all the time, people, right? UK Export Finance, which ensures British business dealings abroad, has disclosed the following in a Freedom of Information request on the 22nd of January 2012, right? Now, all these countries owe the people money, right? The government squandered your money for corporations' business interests, right? It's nothing to do with the people or the families, right? And this is where people have to wake up, smell the coffee, and change their way of thinking, right? Now, how much is the UK's national debt? The United Kingdom Corporation, again, the United Kingdom is not a sovereign country. It can never be a sovereign country, it's an entity, right? And it's proven on Dun and Bradstreet. Same as the Westminster Parliament, Scottish Parliament, etc., right? This is an interesting point, people. Listen, and I blow to Rishi Sunak's plans to cut taxes before the next general election, which is expected next year, 2024. The Office of National Statistics said net debt reached 2.6, right people, do you hear that? 2.6 trillion that you're getting screwed for, because the problem is corporations work with corporations, and the sooner people comprehend and understand what I'm saying in this bit of paper here, the better, right? As at the end of May, estimated at 100.1% of gross domestic product GDP, and that was the 21st of June 2023. Right people, do you get where I'm going with this? Now, people think when they vote for all these different parties in general elections or local elections, they're there to serve the people, they're there to protect the people's rights, as you find out in the last nearly 4 years as an example. And before that, we have no rights, because we're treated as, well, you the people, is treated as citizens and persons, and you're held surety and liable for all their mishaps, all their fraud, corporations stealing equity for the people of the lands of Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales, and we can't have this anymore, people. So the big question that the people will be asking, what can we do about this? The remedy is easy. Now, don't register to vote. Do not vote, right? Remove consent. We, in the lands of England, Ireland, Wales and Scotland, require a sovereign government. We don't need all these political nonsense parties. We need a group of people that's a government that works for the people, right? Serves the people, protects the people's property, protects the rights, and makes the lands of Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales flourish. The way it's gone just now, people, they're trying to bring in digital ID, cashless society, 15-minute cities. This all can stop. We require a sovereign government, right? And that's a fact. That is the only remedy that is open to all people. A sovereign government, where the people can hold the government to account, and they're accountable to the people. And where the government, people in the government can hold people in the government that's not doing their job to account and remove them, right? No ifs or buts, no protection, right? You don't serve the people, you don't serve the lands of Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales, you're out, right? And that's the end of the matter. We've got a full legal system here, people, that work hand in hand against the people all over. And we have no remedy, because when you make what they call a complaint, right? A complaint's going to a cafe, getting a cup of coffee, it's cold, you take it back and complain, that's a complaint. You can't be in jail with us. They're using foreign languages, dogland, legalese to confuse the people with all the nonsense they're spouting. They're paid liars at the highest level and traitors to the people at the lowest level, right? Snakes at the lowest level. They're lower than a snake. Now, please people, pay attention to what you're being told in this video. It's very important that what I've just said is that you pay attention. This should open your eyes. If it doesn't, there's something wrong with you. You're still blind and you're still stupid, right? If you think that these people work for the people, think again, right? They're just criminals that have to be accounted. That's the thing about sovereign government, people. We take back power. Once we take back power, we can go back after them, right? Then we are the law, right? That's how simple it is. We can punish these people the way they punished our people. They think as long as these people stay in power, you have no choice and you have no rights. We have to remove these people, every one of them, people. There's only 129 numpties in the Scottish Parliament. That's a doddle. Easy peasy. And please, people, start thinking what anti-corruption is doing here. We're trying to get you answers. We're trying to awaken you for the right reasons. We don't ask you for nothing. We ask you to share the videos, watch us and support us. And I'll be back on the street in January, right, people? So I'm hoping to get feet on the street to stand with anti-corruption Scotland. This is the time. This is where the people flourish. This is our year. And this is where we have to make the difference. For our protection, for families, our sons and daughters, the elderly, homelessness, food banks. We can eradicate all this, people. It's done to the people. Anyway, people, there's going to be a part 2, right? This is part 1. Please share this video far and wide. Get everybody to know this information. Alright, people, it's very important. This isn't a game anymore. Anyway, I hope you had a nice Christmas. Right? I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'm going to leave it there, people. You people take care, be safe, and look at each other because nobody else will. Okay, people? Take care, people. Bye-bye.